Okay, now let's go check it for live real fast. Why did I not just... You know what? I could've... Whatever. I could just click this.
My separate computer.
Okay,
And have
we're live. Okay.
See, you could set up the stream plot because you are the pseudo-intellectual.
Plot,
You know
why
how it
did
all
you not
goes
join
together.
the rabbits yet?
What?
Hold on.
See, he's too progressive.
I didn't even know.
You're so crazy. Hold on. You didn't even join the rabbits. You're supposed to join. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to switch it back to this. Let's see if that worked. Let's see what it shows. Hello, just a troll, and Anime Indian says, what? I don't even know. Reminder on. Okay, so, Necro, you want to give the context?
I don't even know what we're watching.
Anything.
That's the content. That's it, guys. Go home.
No, because he claims we don't give context when we do it.
That's right. I forgot.
We got to give context, you know?
Shit. What are we contexting? Which video are we contexting?
Should we just, like, restart and do it on... this time, y'all should be able to hear it. Hold on, let me ask. Can y'all hear
How's
this?
it going, everybody? This is Hyrule here, and
I can hear the rabbit.
today I'm going to do a little rant.
The people inside the stream, can y'all hear that?
Hang
Just
on.
make a video about that.
Oh, yeah. I can hear.
We're trying to hear if y'all can hear that.
I can hear that.
Well, I'm talking about
I heard it on the
them.
stream. Yeah, I heard it on the stream, and I'm watching the stream.
Oh, okay.
Come on now. I just want to make sure.
So, okay, this time, when we're criticizing it, we want y'all to hear it so you know we're not taking them out of context. Because, you know, this Hyrule Anime, he has the big brain saying that we need to, you know, put some context into everything.
He's not wrong. Context is nice.
Context is nice.
Okay.
But the way he uses context is the most crazy way possible. You saw those DMs. That's not.
Oh, yeah.
That's not.
I didn't read them.
Yeah.
Juicy.
That song was small, man.
All right then. I guess let's get started. This. So Hyrule Anime went and wants to criticize Necro XIII for not having good videos.
Yep, all that quality and all that presentation that I don't have.
The funniest thing is, like, if you want to say Necro doesn't have quality of presentation, you're not wrong.
Yeah, you're not.
Necro XIII, he admits that this, but then Hyrule Anime says he has quality and almost and pretty much says his content is what he should be striving for. Okay, so yeah, that's kind of the context of this, but let's just say we put it in very nice terms compared to what he said.
Read the DMs. I don't see why not.
But then that would be rude and doxing.
Yeah.
Then I'll get even more mad at me.
Hold on. Let's turn this down a little bit so I don't blast the freaking stream with them. So the context for this one is he's going to be reviewing this game before it came out, while he never played it. Well, of course he never played it. It never came out yet. But let's watch and hear the listen.
These recent reviews that have came out
Well, now I
on
can't hear
the new God of War game,
Well, hang on.
which I have yet played.
Never mind, again.
So keep that in mind.
He has yet to play it.
Another thing to keep in mind is that I am not a mainstream critic. I don't claim to be. I am just...
I don't think anyone claims that this guy's a mainstream critic.
I would never have known.
I think you have to have, you know, a little more than 400 views to be a mainstream critic, you know?
No, I think it means he just doesn't have standards like mainstream.
Okay, let's go.
some guy behind a computer who just gives his opinions on things, and that's it. Now,
Wait, did he say he's not that, or he is that?
He is that. He
I'm a
is that.
mainstream critic. I don't claim to be. I am just some guy behind a computer
Okay.
who just gives his opinions on things, and that's it. Now, with that said, let's talk about these reviews. So, the new God of War game is the talk of the video game world right now because a lot of these reviewers are giving it perfect scores. IGN gave this game a 10 out of 10, Destructoid gave it a 10 out of 10, GameSpot gave it a perfect score, and you can bet your ass that Sony is eating this shit up. Like, this is the reason why I don't trust mainstream video game reviewers.
Okay, you were saying something, Plot? So all that he said is they all gave it 10 out of 10s, and now he's not trusting mainstream media reviewers. Okay, let's see where he goes with this.
I just don't trust them. I mean, usually I go into a game on my own, and then I give my thoughts about it. But this just seems too much, because if you look at Metacritic right now, the score of the game is 95. And if you look at the list of critic reviews, you can look at all the scores. Most of them are 100s. Like, seriously, there are no negative scores for this game.
I looked at some of those reviews when he said to go look at them, and they weren't negative, but I think the lowest I saw was about 85, which is fair.
Yeah, but he's talking about this as if there's no way he can get, like, there's no way the game can be that good. So what kind of, like, what makes him think that these are, like, fake reviews or something like that? Well,
and that is just odd to me because usually you'll see at least one negative score. But no, this game has perfect scores all around, and now they're claiming it to be
perfect scores all around, which is why it's not at a perfect score.
So wait, what I don't understand though is he's saying that nothing can be this good ever, and that there has to be one negative score to then, you know, balance out the fact that there's so much good. Like, he's thinking in terms of like a yin and yang situation where there's bad in all of this good and there's good in some of the bad.
Well, it's simple. He achieved enlightenment.
It might be the idea that because no one has the same views on everything, so therefore just by law of numbers there should be like 5 to 8% a majority of people that dislike the game because it's just not their genre.
Oof.
Like outliers, you know.
You don't calculate outliers. Don't you know the basics of power scaling?
That's a fair point. You don't take reality into power scaling. That's only for use for the rest of power scaling when it's convenient for you.
Yeah, please concede to this argument.
Okay.
a masterpiece. They claim that this game is better than any other God of War game, which just shows you the bias that they're showing here. Because for many years, people have claimed that God of War is sexist and misogynistic, and there's too much gore and violence in it. And now
but the thing is, they never said it was a bad game. They were just saying it was sexist and misogynist. But
yeah,
and that was,
they're loving God of War.
Disliked the game. They were like coming back like 2 years after the hype had died down for the game, being like, hey, we can stir up some controversy with this.
And hold on.
Hell, one of the reviews said that this game was a button masher, and they ended up giving it a perfect score anyway. So, what the hell are we supposed to believe here? Is this game a button masher, or is it the perfect God of War game that you so claim that it is? Because
this is implying two things. One, that a button masher can't be this perfect game, quote unquote. It's like a button masher can be executed well if needed, and it's not even taking into account, well, how good is the person doing it, or reviewing it. Like, I could say freaking Super Smash Brothers is a button masher, but for one, that wouldn't be all that true. Like, you can get through the game by button mashing, but I wouldn't really call Super Smash Brothers Melee a button masher.
Right.
But the other thing is, he's saying what all these critics hated the game for being misogynist and sexist and all that shit. The thing is about this new God of War game, it toned all that down massively. So, like, the only thing they were criticizing the old God of War games of, they toned it down, so they're not criticizing it anymore, and they're calling it the perfect game. I don't see the contradiction in here. Do y'all see the contradiction? Okay.
He's just a very strange individual. You know.
We'll see.
So far, you're doing a piss poor job of selling that to me. Now, like I said, I have not played God of War, so I don't know how true some of these claims are. I mean, it could be a great game, but I refuse to believe that this game is perfect, because
no one claimed for it to be perfect. In fact, he already showed that there was people that didn't align with the majority, as in the 100%. But that's why it's at 90. That's why it was at 95%, if anything. And that means there had to be reviews lower than 95% to get it to a 95. So there's clearly some reviews out there that are still mostly positive, but not showing it that is 100%. So I'm not seeing any contradictions here, but we'll see.
there is flaws with every game, and that is a fact. But these mainstream critics are not going to tell you what is wrong with these games, because they're going to continue to perpetuate their bias. I mean,
Okay.
What
Can you show
bias,
us?
though?
Yeah, can you show us the reviews you're talking about that are biased? You.
I mean, how do we know that they're biased though? Like, do they have a bias for like these types of games? Do they have bias for Sony? Do they have bias for what? I mean, he's making some pretty bold claims himself for them to say, well, they're biased. No, maybe they think that they just really like the game.
Yeah. Let's see. What is other claim?
there has to be a reason why God of War is getting these perfect scores.
Yeah, maybe it's a good game.
I mean, it can't be no coincidence that Sony is paying them. I mean, I've seen these type of practices done before. I mean, you remember IGN and Activision? Activision paying IGN to give Call of Duty perfect scores?
They
And this-
didn't, but they never got perfect scores though.
Yeah, I mean,
Like overall, they never got like perfect scores. They might have gotten it from IGN, but that's one publication out of the dozens that there were. Destructoid, Polygon. They still had Kotaku. I mean, they had Rock Paper Shotgun. There's all these different organizations. So not all of them were giving Call of Duty perfect scores. That was just one of them. And that article was from 2012.
I'm not gonna say there's no possibility that they were buying it. It's just there's no reason to believe that it was the case for this one.
Right.
really scares me, because right now we're already
Scares
dealing
him.
with microtransactions being put into games. Now the fucking mainstream media critics are giving perfect scores to games that probably don't even deserve it.
Okay.
Okay,
What's
two
the
things.
relevancy of that?
Okay, so microtransactions, for one, that's not in this game, so it's not really all the relevant to this. And two, where
Yeah.
he says, oh shit, what was he just saying? The last part?
He was saying that it may not be that perfect of a game.
Mainstream media critics are giving perfect scores to games that probably don't even deserve it.
Okay, remember, he's never played it. He hasn't seen it. He hasn't done anything about it. And he's saying the game might not deserve it. And he, as well as he keeps saying they're giving them perfect scores, when it's already shown that through his video that it's not perfect scores. No. Let's see.
And are more than likely just getting paid off by the developers or by the publishers. It scares me because I don't want to see people get screwed. And I know a lot of you Sony fanboys might look at me and say, oh, you're just hating on a game and you haven't even played it yet, so you don't deserve an opinion. Yes, I fucking do. And plus, I'm trying to...
No one says you don't deserve an opinion. We're just criticizing your opinion.
But that's also a straw man argument because there's no PlayStation fanboys that showed up there and said, you don't have an opinion.
Let's see if there is. Because I doubt there is.
I
doubt
there
there
might
is,
be.
but-
I'll go ahead and say one.
Let's see.
I'll put my bets on
Hey,
one.
what? 87 comments. Holy shit. Game journalism is trash. View replies. It's trash. No. Oh no, everyone
Wow.
loves a video game. It's still playing. Guess what? You have an
It's-
opinion. Okay. And it's okay. Congratulations. But it's childish to penalize everyone else for loving something you don't. You act as if this is the first game in history to receive beloved reviews from critics. Breath of the Wild, Mario, GTA, Uncharted, And there are many other game critics that generally loved, and again, get over yourself is not about you. No, you're generalizing everyone because you said that everyone loves this game, which is not true. God damn it. Because it's not everyone thinks the same way you do. Secondly,
he takes everything literally. Like when everybody says everybody, he takes it literally.
Secondly, I don't care if someone loves the game. That doesn't change the fact that these games appeal to normies like you. Wait, appeal to normies like you who think these games are great when in actuality they aren't great. Oh, now he knows they're not great. He hasn't played the game yet, but he knows they're not great. And it's not about you or and it's not about you either. So how about you get over the fact that I dare to have an opinion? This guy has the biggest brain in the universe, man.
It's growing, and we just don't know it yet. This is how he just ends his. Look at how he ends his argument. Whatever, you're wasting my time, and I have better things to do than listen to you. Is that how he's just gonna leave that?
Yeah. Hold on. Let's. Oh. You dumb bitch. What? Everyone else wasn't generalizing everyone. Most critics, all of them, on Metacritic has given some the game positive reviews. My point still sticks. Whatever, you're wasting my time. I have better things to do than listen to you, obviously. You have issues with reading comprehension. Normies like me grow up. The game.
So I just realized my mic's been off like the past 10 minutes.
You're doubling it. We could hear you. It's just whatchamacallit now.
No, I meant like I'd actually had the mic completely off on my console for the past like 15 minutes.
God, pseudo-intellectual.
I know he's so far ahead that we didn't hear him before. We're just not up to light speed with him.
Friggin'
I thought
the normie card dropped.
Me.
This guy's dropping the normie card, man. He has the biggest brains. Come on, let's see.
You know,
Protect
anything
you guys
normie
from
can't be good.
He's trying to protect you.
Yeah, he's protecting us.
having to get screwed over. But nevertheless, here's what I'm saying. Don't trust these reviews.
Don't trust them.
Go buy the game for yourself. That's what I'm going to do.
But the point of a review is to see whether or not you should buy it. So he's literally saying, don't trust the reviews. Go out and buy it. A review's supposed to tell you if you should buy it or not. If you're buying it and saying not trust the review did its job anyways. So his point doesn't mean anything.
Simple geometry.
What?
I'm gonna go play God of War for myself, and if I decide to do a review on it, and I'm gonna tell you guys the honest truth about the game. I mean, I have much more credibility as a game critic than most mainstream media outlets.
Well,
no, you don't.
This guy who has never played it, saying it will be terrible, has more credibility.
He didn't say it'd be terrible.
No, well, he says it doesn't deserve its score, even though he. No, wait, actually, no, he said it inside the comment. He didn't say the word for word terrible. Let's see.
He said it was a good game, but not a great game.
Yeah, he said it
is that he keeps saying. That's like regurgitated a couple of times.
And actually, when they aren't great, yeah, he already knows it is not great before he even plays it. Before any,
he already had the bias that the game is not going to be great. It's not going to be this perfect game that he's ever played.
Yeah,
I mean, I actually tell you.
I'm going into any game thinking that.
Look at the comment. Look at the comments in the live stream.
Yeah,
he said this is the worst review channel of all time. Give him the biggest award you have.
Guys, this is the kind of person that's saying Necro needs to learn a thing or two from him.
Yeah, apparently, posting my thoughts on a game that's not even out yet. That's what I should do.
He's-
That's why I usually don't even do first impression videos, because generally something bad can happen. Like, oh man, that show is actually terrible. And I think the last time I did that was Princess Principal. But yep, go ahead and keep us going.
You what is good about the game and what is bad about the game. I don't just sugarcoat everything and say this is perfect and this is perfect and, you know, therefore the game is perfect. Because I don't want to lie to you guys. I don't want you guys to go out of your way to buy something that you may not like, or...
No, you do, because you literally just told everyone to buy the game. Don't trust the reviews.
The logic, it's all over the place.
You literally
You're
just...
throwing darts at the fucking wall at this point.
This is him just spouting off nonsense now. Or not just now, the whole time. He spells out highly contradicting things in this review.
that may be crap. So that's why I wanted to make this video. Just don't trust these biased mainstream video game outlets. Anyways, this has been Hyrule, and if you guys like what I do, then be sure to subscribe to the channel. Also, be sure to follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and you can also join me on my Discord server, which is linked in the description.
Oh.
Also, if you guys want to show your support, feel free to donate to my Patreon page, because I make content that is worth your time. I do discussions, I do video game reviews, I do anime reviews. I make really good quality content, and I really work hard. I'll donate to my Patreon page if you want to show your support for me.
Guys.
Anyways, this has been Hyrule, and you all have a fantastic day. Stay awesome.
He tells you straight up his content is good. That's how you know it's good.
You know, I tell you straight up that my videos are shit, but you can donate to my Patreon too.
He says,
but I don't mention it in every video.
Donate to his Patreon because it is quality. Let's see what this... Oh. Okay, then.
I'm the greatest video game YouTuber, and if you don't believe me,
I'm the greatest reviewer of all time. If you don't believe me, fuck you.
Wait, he says, shaking my head. I've been doing it wrong. Gotta say, my stuff is good to get them
The guy
views.
couldn't make it as a reviewer. So he's angry about it. What the fuck is the frame rate? My god, does he know how to edit a video? I've been doing it wrong the whole time.
Oh boy, it gets
okay, guys.
real.
It gets even funnier because this isn't just one video.
That's only part one.
This
No.
is a trilogy of a review.
Yeah, this is like the prequels, except
this is.
I guess they all kind of got worse. But
yeah, this is before he played the game. This is after he played the game. The day after, and then this is him telling everyone that they're wrong about the things they criticized him for.
yeah, it's great.
It gets funny. Whoa.
That production.
The frame rates is probably because of my stream.
He
doesn't
love
have
God
too
of
bad
War.
of frame rates.
As a
It's just
longtime
my
fan
stream,
of these
probably.
games, having owned the originals on the PS2, then the HD collections on the...
Wait, 1 second. Go back a second?
These games, having owned the originals on the PS2, then the HD collections on the PS3.
He owned them. You know the funniest thing is, before last review, he said he didn't play God of War. The other God of Wars.
He said...
But he...
But I do reviews. Well, I do reviews too. Quit.
It's the fucking...
But you know what? To be fair, at least when I do reviews with my avatar, I guess it doesn't look like 2009. But I would be... Boy, you gotta reach for the stars with that one. with his...
Oh yeah.
It gets really outlandish with his avatar, I guess.
I think he probably misspoke when he was talking about it. Because maybe he has played the old ones. We'll figure that out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out somewhere.
Plus the epic God of War 3 remastered for the PlayStation 4. I have to say that this new God of War game is a disappointment. It feels like more of a Dark Souls clone than an actual God of War.
Oh, you should tell them every time that he says Dark Souls, you better take a shot.
oh no,
You'll be dead.
oh no.
Just take a shot.
Okay.
Doesn't matter what you have with you.
It's funny because Plot Progressor B, the pseudo-intellectual in here, this motherfucker right here, he made a video Pretty much saying,
Oh,
stop
no.
calling everything Dark Souls. To be fair,
The day
Is
before
this
I
the
watched
Dark
this.
Souls of video game
Yeah.
reviews?
to be fair, he's not calling it Dark Souls. He's calling it Dark Souls.
Dark Souls.
Dark Souls.
Dark Souls.
Dark Souls. But yeah, let's watch.
game, with elements of Uncharted and the new Tomb Raider sprinkled on for good measure. It's not that this is the worst thing Santa Monica Studios could have done with this franchise, it just feels too formulaic and borderline generic at this point. After going through Bloodborne and Nioh these past years, I've grown sick and tired of seeing these Souls-style games being made, especially in these exclusive AAA titles. That entire subgenre.
That's all of them. That's enough.
What?
We shouldn't do any more games like Dark Souls after we had 2 games. That's way too many.
Like,
Yeah, no more Souls, no more any RPG games, no more
I mean, the
tuck and
standard
rolls,
for what-
no more
the standard
nothing.
for what makes a Dark Souls game is that's hard. So just no more hard games, guys.
Okay. No more Cupheads. No, we don't need another Cuphead sequel.
Hey,
okay,
I heard
Making
Cuphead's hard.
a
I heard
cup-
it was really hard just to figure out how to jump in Cuphead.
Oh yeah, that's what I saw
no,
from
I heard it was
from
easy.
Dean Takahashi.
I think it was pretty easy to jump, but the dash was the problem that got him.
Do you know how hard it is to press A and then B? It's killer.
Yeah, it's pretty hard. Combinations.
I mean, my 5-year-old could do it, but a 5-year-old could do it, but whatever.
Has definitely overstayed its welcome. And I think a lot of you will agree with me that we want to see something new and fresh, because this isn't the direction that I wanted to see God of War take. The
Shit, man.
A lot of you will agree with me. Agree with me, please.
Okay, we want to see something new and fresh.
Wait, look at he criticizes mainstream reviewers, and he's doing the same shit they do when they call something Dark Souls. We've done it. We've achieved true nirvana.
I know those people that play dating sims. They play dating sims because they want something new and fresh.
Yeah, I mean,
they want every single dating sims out there to be like a breakthrough and something that has never been done before. You know.
I'm literally face palming right now because it's hurting me
Because
so bad.
Because we're not gonna judge the whether it's different or not based on the story, the lore, and everything that's surrounding it. We're gonna base it off of the fact that you are a character that runs around and sometimes hop. Yeah.
Well, well, when you put it like that, Dark Souls was just a Super Mario clone.
Yeah, like you said, no more Pokemon. Pokemon games, they're all the same. They play all the exact same ways. Just none of it. Don't need it.
It's nothing like Dark Souls, at least from what I've seen. He's criticized the mainstream Dark Souls open world games.
Yep.
No more Pokemon. Yeah.
That feels much slower and clunkier compared to any other God of War game. There's
Much
no
slower
stamina bar, but you have a shield to parry now, and every battle feels drawn out and methodical. Not necessarily a bad thing, but it seems to have lost the sheer intensity that made the other games such classics.
Okay, I will agree
No, so
that
it's not different, but it is different, and that makes it different.
That's what makes it
But not-
different. Is that it's so different that you'll never notice it, except
So
when you
different,
do.
you don't even notice it's not different. Wait. I'm so confused.
Too many FPS shooters, too many FPS games. Let's do a 4th-person shooter where you control the guy, but you're watching from the perspective of an NPC. Whoa.
Wait, that'd be interesting.
Dimension walking brain. We've done it.
Hey, actually, Taka, I
Fifth-
know you're a reviewer. I've seen your content. Do you want to hop into here? Tahukan?
Tahukan.
A 5th-person shooter. You get to play from the viewpoint of someone who's playing the first-person shooter game.
I always hate this idea that every game has to be different mechanics and everything like that. I can understand you getting bored if all of a sudden the only thing that's ever released is that. But no, there's always variety in games. Them having lots of different mechanics, lots of different story, different everything like that. I mean, if the mechanics were the thing, then I probably would have quit Warcraft 3 a long time ago. I've been playing that shit for 12
You
years.
can't have the same mechanics in the sequel for a game. That's not how it works. I mean, sure, they didn't perfect it the first time, but who wants to give it a chance for them to perfect it the second time?
Yeah.
Just too much.
What do you say?
They had one try. They should give up after that.
Yeah, okay, let's go.
Another sort of odd design
Wait, I think I didn't make my point yet, though.
stamina bar, but you have a shield to parry now, and every battle feels drawn out and methodical.
Yeah.
Not necessarily a bad thing.
Okay, so I will give him credit on this part where it is a little slower than the old God of War games. But the thing is, he already says that's not necessarily a bad thing. So as if that's not gonna be part of the overall. Sorry, it's not gonna be part of the overall review. So let's see his other points on why it's bad.
But it seems to have lost the sheer intensity that made the other games such classics. Another sort of odd design choice is the removal of jumping and aerial attacks, which is something I loved about the other games.
Yeah,
you fight every enemy on the
that's
ground
fair. I did do a lot of jumping and aerial attacks.
now, and there's not any variety when it comes to the enemies. You fight the same
Wait, no varieties? Plot you.
Oh no. Oh no. I said it last time. Yeah. It's there's one enemy, guys. There's no variety. It's the same enemy every single time. It's if you beat the game, there's just one boss. The game's 10 seconds long. After you beat the first enemy, it just ends. There's no variety. That's how it works. That's how you.
That's how you make a game.
enemies. And this is a huge letdown because this is supposed to be following Norse mythology, which I was really looking forward to all the different types
It follows Norse mythology. That's why it's a letdown to have one enemy.
of bosses and enemies, but no. Also, another thing about this game that I really don't like is the fact that you can skip bosses. Like, seriously.
No, you can't.
You cannot. Nope.
You cannot skip bosses. You can. There's optional bosses that you don't have to do. That's not really skipping bosses, but I think this is more just a turn of phrase. Yeah.
Why is this even a feature? Are people just afraid of a challenge? Oh,
No. Optional bosses are that optional. You can do them. It's like saying I played Kingdom Hearts and then I skipped the Sephiroth boss.
It's like Dark Souls, except it's not hard.
It's like Dark Souls, except you can skip bosses.
No more Dark Souls games. More Tamagotchi.
It's like Dark Souls, but not anything like Dark Souls.
Oh, you know what? We never had a God of War Tamagotchi game.
That's right. Tamagotchi is a Dark Souls game, though, because you have to literally be up at all hours of the day to take care of the little
That
shit.
shit's hard.
Yeah, that's the real Dark Souls game.
You know, in all honesty, God of War is just actually copying Dark Souls, but Dark Souls is also copying stuff like Dig Dug, because you know Dig Dug had different difficulties.
True.
Well, it's the new game plus mode that really makes something like Dark Souls, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, but the plus mode was copied from Prototype, you know? Everything's Dark Souls and Prototype and everything.
so what doesn't help this game is the camera placement, which is all up on Kratos' ass. And that is a problem as the camera jerks around during combat, thus making the combat feel even more clunky. And there is no control of the camera at all. I honestly
Necro, I'll let you talk about the camera control.
Well, the camera control, I mean, it's a third-person game. And when you are in combat, if there's an enemy behind you or if you're swarmed by enemies, there's a button that you can do to quick turn behind you. So that way you can then fight more enemies. And it even has a lock-on feature to where you can just lock on and snap to fight. So there's nothing wrong with the camera. He's just bad at the game.
This is actual, like... It's operator error. It's not. It's not the game. This is. This is what you would call it. This is all operator error.
we would have went with the third-person camera controls from Devil May Cry 4 or Bayonetta, which I can honestly say those games have the best camera controls for any third-person action.
Wait,
but this is
but then that would be just like that would just
be like the old God of War games.
No. But then it would just be
well,
a Devil May
that
Cry.
he's wanting.
Then it would be Devil May Cry copy.
Yeah, well then we'd just be sitting here instead of saying Dark Souls, it'd be Devil May Cry. But for the game that they're wanting to make, which is a really story-driven game, that camera angle wouldn't work. Neither of them would.
All right.
Action game ever. Now, I will say that the combat itself is satisfying enough, but it still feels painfully similar to, you guessed it, Dark Souls.
Dark Souls.
You use the right shoulder buttons for light and heavy attacks, a la Dark Souls.
Dark Souls.
L1 blocks like usual, but holding L2 and pressing R2 throws his axe to be implanted in an enemy or object. Pressing triangle retrieves it like Thor's hammer. I will say that the axe itself is an alright game mechanic.
What?
So the only thing that makes it like Dark Souls is that you have a heavy attack.
No,
Yep, light and heavy attacks, just a la Dark Souls. Everything is Dark Souls. Did you not know? Swimming is Dark Souls.
yeah, because you got
You
your
can swim in
light
Dark
strokes and
Souls?
heavy strokes.
Yeah. Sleeping is Dark Souls.
You got your heavy
You got-
sleeps and your naps.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got your REM sleeps and you got your.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rapid eye.
Everything is Dark Souls.
Shit, man.
Don't you ever forget it.
Yeah, he's obviously above the mainstream media, you know? It's just Dark Souls.
But still not as memorable, brutal, and captivating as the Blades of Chaos. Also, the
Wait,
Blades of Chaos are
I had a point. Let me think.
Dark Souls. L1 blocks like usual, but holding L2 and pressing R2 throws his axe to be implanted in an enemy or object. Pressing triangle retrieves it like Thor's hammer. I will say that the axe itself is an alright game mechanic, but still not as memorable, brutal, and captivating as the Blades of Chaos. Also, the Blades of Chaos are unlocked later in the game, however, the weapon has been awkwardly dumbed down to fit this new style of gameplay. At times, the game
The weapon has been dumbed down to fit this gameplay. Would you rather it not fit the gameplay?
That's right. It should not fit the gameplay.
Yeah, it should just be broken and flail everywhere.
Guys, we cannot have stuff that fit the gameplay.
Mainstream media is the Dark Souls of game reviews.
Did you know Dark Souls is the Dark Souls of Dark Souls games?
Bro, Demon Souls is the Dark Souls of Demon Souls. Of Dark Souls?
Got him.
Whoa.
I don't understand his logic because it's just attacking. The fact that it attacks is Dark Souls. We'll see.
game feels way too easy. There were some boss fights where all I had to do was throw and retrieve my axe. This is laughable compared to the difficulty of the
Much
older
like
games. Kratos
I will say the older games were pretty easy as well. I finished them on like the highest difficulty, no problem. It's just that if Necro, would you say the bosses are that easy?
No, the bosses are, depending on how good you are, they can be easy, but they do take some time to hack away at. They're not like you can just run in there and like two-shot them. It takes a lot of work, and especially when you get to some of like the giant ogres, like they're too good.
It's all ogre.
Yep.
All right, we'll see. It was like if the difficulty is significantly dumbed down, then yeah, I would say this is a fair point. It's just I don't know. I would have Necro on that, but let's see.
has a son now, and I do like the father and son dynamic. In one of the scenes, Kratos tries to teach Atreus about controlling his anger and not letting it consume him, which
I
I
would
guess
have
is
to play the game more to really figure out if it is that easy. But yeah.
a good lesson to teach, but at the same time, this is unlike anything I was expecting from Kratos, which
We're also not sure what difficulty he was playing it on. Was he playing it on the
Yes.
easiest difficulty?
He has to have, because that's the only way I can see him saying the game is too easy.
Yeah, I was like, I haven't seen what he was talking about. It's very possible that he was playing on the easiest difficulty. Let me rewind to get to the point.
in one of the scenes, Kratos tries to teach Atreus about controlling his anger and not letting it consume him, which I guess is a good lesson to teach, but at the same time, this is unlike anything I was expecting from Kratos, which is a good thing and a bad thing.
Yeah,
It's a good thing because we get to see more character development from Kratos, that Kratos has changed and become more of a fatherly figure than just a broken warrior. However, the only bad thing to this is the fact that this takes away everything we've come to know about Kratos, and
What?
Wait.
everything
he
that was
wants
established
him to-
about him in the
he thinks
previous
cool that
games.
He has character development, but he's upset because, unlike the other game, he's now different because he's developed as a character.
Yeah, pretty much. And also, I went back and I looked at the gameplay that I had recorded. So there's 4 difficulties. So the first one is give me a story, which is like baby easy, and you want to see the entire story. The other one, which is the normal mode, is give me a balanced experience, and it's for people who want an adventure that's reasonably challenging, which is what I played on, which is still kind of tough. Like if you're like just kind of new to the game, but you're also like wanting to get some difficulty out of it. And then there's give me a challenge, which is essentially hard mode. And then there's give me God of War, which is where the game just pretty much breaks itself and then tries to give you your ass on a golden platter. So
Okay, the problem I have with this statement is claiming this breaks his character. No, it doesn't. It doesn't break his character, and it doesn't contradict anything he's done. The old God of War games is him just getting revenge on what all the gods did to him and his family, because he went and lost his rage, and Ares like controlled him to kill his families, and they put the ashes all on his body. So you're the first God of War game. You're going and trying to kill Ares.
By the way, so they do mention at some point, like near the end of the game, not at the end, but near the end, he's telling Atreus like what his entire story of like what he did in Sparta and all of that, like at the end, or not at the end, but he was like, we choose who we want to be. Like I killed like a lot of people. That kind of thing. So he kind of lays out what happened, and it connects like all of the games and stuff like that. But he's not that far into the game to where he can make this video sound relevant.
Yeah. But the thing is, it doesn't contradict it, because he goes out and gets his revenge on Ares. He goes out on the second one to kill more gods, and the last one is to go out and kill almost every single god there is in Zeus, mostly Zeus. There is no... This doesn't contradict anything he's done. It doesn't break the character, because now that he's accomplished all his goals, like he's killed everyone that screwed him over in the past, this is him finally raising a family and just growing as a character. This doesn't break anything. This is the natural progression. I don't know how.
Yeah.
Let's see what other people are talking about. I'm confused. How did I get in here? Made a comment on this video. You could literally mash your way through. Let's see how long until you choose my ass out harder than on the PCP. How this character should take away from the character. I swear to God, I'm gonna make a video on it.
If you do, I'm not gonna be upset. That's all I'm gonna say.
The only thing you can really say about this character is that he is going through a metamorphosis. He's trying to grow up and adapt. And I think that Kratos does a really good job of letting
him... What did you say? Necro?
No, I didn't say anything.
Oh, I thought you did.
Yes, games. As for Atreus, the only thing you can really say about this character is that he is going through a metamorphosis. He's trying...
Yeah, he's going through metamorphosis, not puberty. He's a fucking, a cocoon. Let's see.
Trying to grow up and adapt. And I think that Kratos does a really good job of letting him understand what he did wrong and try to help him fix his mistakes. So yes, I do like the father and son dynamic in this game. My only issue with the story is that it just does not feel like a God of War game.
My only problem is that there's a story in this story game. Who fucking got story in my story? Please. Also, what's all this story doing here in this single player focused game?
Like, what god would he be fighting if he were like what god would he be fighting if he had to fight another god? There is no other god that screwed him over. There's no. I don't think there's anyone left for him to fight if you wanted to say this is not a God of War game, because he's not being rapidly bloody and violent. It's all toned down because it's supposed to be a different thing. I don't even think the trailers alluded it to being like the old God of War games. Wasn't it like always alluding it for it to be a lot like what it is here?
Croft answered your question in there in the comments. Sorry, I was like dying over here.
What do you say?
You fight Draugr, soul stealers, dragons, these worm things, golems,
Yeah.
elves, these weird fly things, and probably more shit because I've only watched a few streams. Yeah, you fight a lot of floating and flying enemies, and they sometimes are hard as shit.
Yeah, I mean,
to hit.
like if you want to say those monsters, you can even see it in here when he's fighting shit where he's like the size of their eyeball. It was a fucking Hydra he showed. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
you know that's all the same enemy.
Yeah, it's the same enemies. Yeah,
Every single one of them is the same. They all feel like the same enemy. I think he just means there's only monsters, but there's no gods.
well, there's like
Maybe it's not
there's
far enough
gods, but
quote unquote. When I'm talking about gods, I'm talking about Olympic gods.
Well, no, it's Norse.
Yes, it's all Norse,
Norse
stuff. It's like Odin and his confidants, if you will.
Yeah. Let's see what else he says.
Every cutscene just feels like it drags on and on. Like, I've already been playing this game for 10 hours, and most of the game has just been cutscene after cutscene.
Can I also just add, he's been playing it for 10 hours, but he says that media critics just played the game to get their reviews out early. What?
This, by the way,
10 hours?
This is the very next day. This
like...
review happened the day after he made his first review without playing the game.
Whew. Woo, lads. All right.
Ooh, Lord.
Like, I understand you're trying to tell us a story, but at the same time, you have to give us a break from that and let us explore the game and see what it has to offer. Now, the open world is sort of a faux open world, where you mostly
What's a faux open world? Do you know?
Like, I think he's alluding
like
to the fact that it's like an open... It's not an open world, but it's a pretty linear path.
Ah, okay.
But there's still areas you can explore. Like, he's talking about diverging paths. He'll probably
Kind of
talk
like
about
Kingdom
it.
Hearts?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah.
More or less.
More or less.
find diverging pathways leading to chests and other collectibles. You constantly loot fallen enemies like most action RPGs, plus there's a crafting system along with skill trees. This all just seems like too much to throw into a God of War game. The old games keep it simple. Power up your weapons to get more moves.
Yeah.
The new God of War is only making this...
The old ones did have a bit of crafting. It's not all that much. Let's see if he finishes.
more complicated to have a false sense of depth in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna be talking about the old God of War crafting system. Yeah, that's what he said. I remember now. I guess, yeah, technically this one's more interactive and this one's supposed to be more in-depth, but he hasn't really explained why that's bad. Let's see.
As for the graphics are perhaps the best throw into a God of War game. The old games keep it simple. Power up your weapons to get more moves. The new God of War is only making this more complicated to have a false sense of depth in the gameplay. As for the...
You know, actually having depth in the gameplay makes the game less...
You thick dunce. You can take a break at any point to explore if you decide to stop playing the story. Good lord, I'm gonna die.
Okay, now hearing that full point, it makes me want to facepalm, because he criticized the game for being too bland and generic and not having depth. And now over here, he's saying it has too much depth. What?
Yeah, this is top tier content.
This guy is like hyperversal. He's freaking.
He's very real.
He's thinking beyond brains.
How high are we gonna power scale him?
He's consistently bad, so we can power scale.
Graphics? The graphics are perhaps the best thing about this game, but that's not saying much because I've seen better graphics in a PlayStation 4 game, like Uncharted.
Shit, man.
No, the graphics are great. The graphics are great, and there's actually one YouTuber that I watch. It's Rajman Gaming. He actually uploads all of his gameplay in like 1440p or 4K or whatever the highest resolution is, and he'll upload it onto his channel, the entire walkthroughs and playthroughs and stuff like that. And it's really good to see. And that's usually how I watch all that stuff. Or Candyland, they usually do comparisons to like old hardware to new hardware. So they probably have one for God of War. It's really an interesting watch. But the graphics on this game are good. Even watching it on a 720p stream from remote play, like how I was playing it, you can still tell how good the detail is.
I want to just point out his logic. The graphics are good, but that's not saying much because there's another game that is better.
Oh man, that's how bad. That's how bad the graphics are.
There's another game better. That's how bad the graphics are. On the same system, mind you.
Well, you know, Breath of the Wild, it didn't have the best graphics, so we already know it doesn't deserve even a 9 out of 10, guys.
Yep. Sorry, gotta take it down a peg.
4, which is one of the best looking PlayStation 4 games out there. Sound quality and music is also really good. Absolutely no complaints here. So
absolutely no complaints about the sound, music, and all that. And his complaint about animation is there's another game that is better. Okay, let's see the rest.
Overall, is the new God of War worth playing? Yes, but it's not exactly what I wanted from a God of War game. They were trying way too hard to appeal to fans of the Dark Souls style games, and now it feels like God of War has lost its own identity. While I give it props for trying to be somewhat different with its gameplay and presentation, however, there is nothing about this game that makes it stand out from other AAA games, as these companies once again go for mass market appeal over originality. I know a lot of people are going to bash me for not liking this game as much as they do, but these are my honest thoughts on the game. It's an enjoyable game, yes, but it's far from being unique and is undeserving to be called a masterpiece.
Show me one valid argument you have made this whole time.
He said, all I'm getting is the game isn't a button masher anymore, so it's not as good. Yeah, I mean, you're right.
I mean, the games have always been button mashers in all honesty. Oh my god.
Is he trying to tell me you don't hit any buttons in this game?
That's kind of what it makes that's what he makes it sound like. Because in all reality, there's only like 3 buttons that you use in combat.
Goddamn.
Really?
I'm not understanding his logic. Let's see.
So that's my review of God of War on the PlayStation 4. I'd like to know your thoughts on this game in the comment section below. And if you liked this video and want to see more video game and anime content, then be sure to subscribe to this channel. Also be sure to follow me on my social media accounts, and if you guys would like to chat with me, I have my Discord server linked in the description. Anyways, this has been Hyrule, and you all have a fantastic day.
Okay.
Stay awesome. Stay awesome. Don't forget it.
Yeah.
All right, so that's his art.
His artist is right there on the second little bubble there.
Oh boy.
Hashtag the artist did nothing wrong.
Well, they're best friends.
Mm-hmm.
The best.
Okay, maybe the artist did something wrong.
Oh.
Like
they're the super best friends.
Like I
all I get is the game.
do better than that.
Okay. I'm not understanding what he is trying to criticize him about, because the one thing he said that was the one or two things he said that were actually legit criticism. He said it's not a problem though. So the rest of it, the rest of it was almost like either hypocritical or like just
blatantly untrue.
It was either hypocritical or blatantly untrue. By his logic, this would be a perfect game.
I like how he tries to clickbait you in the description.
Here's my thoughts on it. Is as good as the reviewers have been saying on it? Find out. God damn.
I guess I kind of do the same thing, probably, but I mean, it's already like known that I'm going to make it.
Yeah. All right. Let's see the final thoughts.
Oof, all right, I'm ready.
This is for
the home stretch.
This is all for all the comments.
How's it going, everybody?
That,
this is Hyrule here, and
this is for everyone that's criticized his work. Now, he's probably going to take it all into consideration, admit his faults, and no, I'm just joking. Let's watch this shit show.
This will be my last video talking about the new God of War. And this is essentially going to be an address video to those who disagree with me. This is from the first video as well as the second video. Now, the first video is the video where I'm discussing the perfect scores that were given to this game by the mainstream...
Not perfect scores.
...reviewers. And I basically talked about their bias, which I should have been more clear on that. I will give you guys that much credit. I should have been a lot more clear in that video. But mainly what I was trying to get at is... the mainstream gaming media is biased as fuck.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, yeah, we got that part.
Yeah.
Are we smart yet? Are you winning, son?
Guys, the only reason why that video exists was to tell you that it was biased. Never mind the fact that all my reasonings were wrong. Yeah, as long as you took away that the game journalism is biased. You know, that's let's see, watch.
Because all they care about is getting their reviews out there as quickly as possible and pretty much appealing to the mainstream crowd.
Okay, hold on. Getting out there as quickly as possible.
What?
Hold on. This is the first one before he played.
How's it going, everybody?
Pause. I'm lagging a little. Come on.
No, I think that's just how the website is.
Hey,
A day before it comes out.
This is the day before it came out.
And this is the day after.
This is the day after it came out.
So you have to imagine that he played through it when he got it, started editing the video that same day, and then released it on the 21st.
And then this is a day after that. So he's complaining that they rushed it when he literally is doing the same thing.
Oh boy.
Oh my god.
Self-aware? Are we self-aware yet?
Are we? Let's watch. How
Normies,
self-aware
I like
can
to
we
call
get?
them. And the reason why I consider them normies is because they don't play games from a technical aspect. They mostly
Normies.
play games as a casual way, you know? Like, a lot of people like games that cater to them and will hold their hand throughout the...
Guys, people like games that cater to them. I know whatchamacallit. I dislike Warcraft 3 because it caters to my RTS love. My love of RTS games. Oh my god. But yeah. What?
A lot of people like games that cater to them and will hold their hand throughout the entire experience.
Holding the hand is a bit unnecessary, but the catering, that's just a really retarded point. But let's watch.
That's become a problem with exclusive AAA games, especially from Sony. Most of the games that Sony has released has gotten perfect scores.
Perfect.
And they don't even deserve them because...
Guys, he knows that they don't deserve them. He's on a higher, like, plane. Is that... Hello? Necro?
Yeah. I'm here.
What? Can you hear?
Yep, he's just shit posting in the chat.
So he's on a higher plane, man. He knows that it doesn't deserve it.
Yeah, he knows. He already saw into the future.
He saw into the future, knew it didn't deserve it, and then made a video ultimately saying nothing. But let's keep watching.
Most of these games are not that great. And most of them are the same. Like,
they're not that great, most of them, and they're the same. The same game. Okay. What are sequels?
The new God of War game, I felt that it was a Dark Souls clone with a God of War skin.
Dark Souls, yeah, his logic for it being a Dark Souls clone is...
Impeccable.
Yeah, it was impeccable.
That's essentially the best way to describe this game. I mean, it controls like Dark Souls, it feels like Dark Souls, it even has RPG elements like Dark Souls, so it's a Dark Souls clone.
Oh boy, so any game ever made gave him an instant out by suggesting I'm a person he may not want to talk with.
Yeah.
Oh my, that face when he wants differing opinions so long as they don't differ from him. Oh my god. I just, like, how does he logic this way? How does one logic?
I don't know. This doesn't even sound like...
It's a Dark Souls clone because it has all of these different things from all these other games that were out before Dark Souls. And Dark Souls isn't even really that hard of a game. I'm just not good at it because I'm also terrible at video games. But it's not even that hard of a game.
Dark Souls 3.
To be fair, you gotta have the VR set to beat Dark Souls.
That would be impossible.
You have to have the nerve gear.
Yeah, apparently. And I would still die every time.
But if you die in the game, you die in real life. That doesn't
Destiny
go
2
away.
has rolling. Clearly, it's a Dark Souls clone. Shaking my head. Everything is a Dark Souls.
By this definition,
know,
almost everything is a Dark Souls clone.
Fallout
Because
4 has
Did
swords.
you know Ocarina of
Equals Dark
Time
Souls
was a
clone.
Dark Souls clone?
It has controls like Dark Souls, and it feels like Dark Souls.
you can
It's
roll.
highly subjective, and it's what else was his other reason?
Wait, Smash Bros has difficulty. It's a Dark Souls clone.
That's essentially the best way to describe this game.
But
I mean, it controls like Dark
Controls?
Souls. It feels like
Yes.
Dark Souls.
And-
It even has RPG elements like Dark Souls.
okay,
So
having
RPG elements like Dark Souls. Did you know all
Flawless.
RPGs?
like Sky.
By the way, I'm
All
subscribing.
RPGs.
By the way,
Uh,
Skyrim's Dark Souls. Oh my god.
I subscribe to Tahukan. I just went ahead and did that.
Oh my god. This guy has
Great guy.
he has the biggest of brains.
Oh man, he's expanding out there. He's got it all like figured out. RPG elements. That means I can't play anything. Vermintide just got go out the window.
Monster
Dark
Hunter,
Souls.
that's clearly Dark Souls.
Yeah, it's
Chrono
actually
Trigger, Dark Souls.
it's just a Capcom game with a Dark Souls skin on it. Okay.
I'm surprised they haven't sued them. Dark Souls should go on like a lawsuit spree.
Yeah, I mean all these Dark Souls games. I can't hold all of them.
Yeah, let's
Monster Hunter
It's a Dark
World is the Dark Souls of Monster Hunter World games.
those clones. So yeah, that's my opinion. If you guys disagree, that's fine.
yeah.
Great, I
See,
didn't-
guys, he's okay with us disagreeing. Now let's watch.
But don't go out of your way to bash me.
Okay, guys, I'm
Oh.
gonna tell y'all, don't go out of your way to bash him.
Just do it on his comment section because he wants to engage in conversation.
No, don't even.
That's what he wants.
He doesn't want comments that disagree.
There it is. That's the comment right there. Dark Souls.
Dark Souls.
Dr.
Dark Seuss. I knew
Dr.
what Dr. Seuss was
Dr.
doing this whole time. He was
Dr.
making Dark
Souls.
Souls games.
Dark Souls. Dark Souls.
I love this club.
I do. We're truly superior beings.
Because I have an opinion that is different from yours.
Guys, he has an opinion different than ours. I think he has an opinion different from most.
A lot of people would probably be the right word. It'd be the right phrase for it. I don't think anyone probably thinks that same way.
But nevertheless, I did a review of God of War, which that's my second video.
Okay.
And of course, I got a bunch of dislikes,
Yeah, none of it made sense.
which I knew that I would get a lot of dislikes on the video. I mean,
I mean, if you just looked at the video, I'm sure you can figure out a reason why you got dislikes.
Nope, he doesn't see that. I told him about self-reflection, and he just saw nothing wrong with it because he doesn't look at the likes and dislikes and think that there's anything wrong with it. I said self-reflection is what you could do as a content creator to see where you went wrong, especially since he's an artist and, you know, any type of media can be criticized. He doesn't see it that way because he doesn't want that type of feedback. He just wants to hear good things. And if you say anything bad, then clearly you're against him and not with him.
All right.
more likes now than I do dislikes, but someone fucking spammed 8 dislikes on the video. Now, I understand.
Guys,
How do you do that?
some motherfucker clearly had one account, and he got so angry, he made 7 other accounts and spammed the dislikes, and he knows this for a fact.
Well, you know, he's a pretty big channel. He's
Look
got
at he said
400 people.
It's not like
8 whole
it's not like
dislikes?
8 people could have disliked the video. No. It's actually just one person with 7 alt accounts. That he even though the max is 10, they felt 8 was enough.
Yeah, you know, that awkward number. They were like, you know what? I could just review bomb all of this and just give it like 20,000 dislikes. But, you know, 8's a pretty comfortable number. No one's going to really know.
Let's
And you didn't agree with everything I said, but
we didn't agree with almost anything.
Takukan said, this is the Dark Souls of intellectual YouTubers.
He is using that really hard intellect.
I mean, we are doing a lot of like rolling and dodging to get around all of this retardation that's in this video, so he's not wrong.
You don't just go in and just dislike the video. Leave a comment. Say why
right.
you disagree with me.
Guys,
No, I don't have
the
to.
only
You know,
the only way you could
you
dislike a
can't
video
dislike the.
is if you comment first and give a reason, and even then, still don't
Yeah,
dislike it.
No, you have to leave a comment saying why you dislike it. Then wait 6 to 8 weeks for him to reply to that comment, and then if you find that you still dislike the person, then you can dislike the video.
It's the
Tahukan's gonna have a really good time with Hyrule. I can see it now.
This guy has. Oh my god.
So that
It's
way we can have a
bad.
discussion here. Don't just go and spam the dislike bar just because you disagree with me.
Guys, he obviously knows that everyone that dislikes it is only a spammer.
Of course.
Tell me why I'm wrong. Tell me so that way we can have a discussion about
Oh,
it.
trust me, I will tell you why you're wrong. Should we like ping the stream at him?
He said, "How to hate my videos? Dislike, comment, why? Support me on Patreon. Fly to my house and slap me. Only valid when they hate me." Absolutely. This is flawless logic. Gives him every right at that point, because then they're giving you money and they're flying to your house, and then they're telling you they don't like your content. Simple.
Oh, whoops. No, that's not what I meant. Thumbs up. I'm giving him a thumbs up.
And I'm debating on whether or not I should keep the like and dislike bar because I'm actually lacking in comments.
Yeah, take those away so then you can get, potentially more dislikes. I told him that this was on like the line of Angry Joe censorship, where he like disabled his likes and dislikes.
Or Total Biscuit, where he took away the comments and likes to dislikes, saying he's saying that he's protecting the viewers.
Yeah. Tahukan, this motherfucker.
Guys, it's for your own protection. We're getting to Lily Pete, freaking Lily Pete logic here.
Because to me, the best way to give someone feedback is to leave a comment on their video. Which I understand a lot of people don't want to do that, which is fine.
Yeah, but if they disagree, they just leave a dislike.
I know, and then, whatever. I have nothing.
You don't have to. But nevertheless, I did my review of God of War. I basically gave my opinion on the game.
Wait, he's saying leave a comment. Let's see what comments he got. Final say on God of War. Whoa, wow. Open the 18 likes, 16 dislikes. Open the top comment. Open the likes to dislike bar. That's
on Dyro, the sixth guy.
Read the description. I suppose they won't be disabled until the next video. They won't be disabled in the next video. I want to see if people will leave comments rather than spam.
Oh, Takuhan wants in. Takuhan wants in.
Okay. Give me a second. Let me change this.
He's mad now. He really wants this. Let me step aside.
Takukan, I'll DM you on Twitter. The Hangout. Let me look through my subscriptions to find you.
Yeah, he put his Discord in there.
Oh, he did?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It won't take long. Y'all can talk something. I don't see the Discord link.
Oh, he put his name in there.
Oh, okay.
Wow, Hyrule made someone this mad. I didn't think that would actually happen.
Yeah. I'll just
480p. What year is this?
Let me go grab his mic. This is gonna be an awesome little experiment thing.
See, our pseudo-intellectual little club is just expanding. with actual intellectuals.
Hey, wait a minute.
Oh wait, we are intellectuals. What am I talking
What
about?
the heck? It's not letting me search him.
We've broken it.
I'm trying to do the find a conversation. Let me look at his name again. Maybe I'm misspelling it. No, actually, I'll just put it up here. Discord. Oh, I am misspelling it.
There he is.
Whoops. Con number.
Here, I can send it because I.
Okay,
I
you
it.
send it. You send it because it's not working for me. I tried spelling it, and for some reason, it's not bringing it up.
I'm so smart.
I'm too smart for Discord. It knows better than letting me do it.
I like his picture.
Hey guys,
This
do
is
you watch
America.
Rick and Morty? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we do. That's why we are. That's why we're intellectuals. We've seen all 3 seasons at least 5 times, like back to back, each episode.
Oh my god.
I can't imagine the nightmare that is.
I used to think I was smart, and then I'm like, oh wait, I watched Rick and Morty. Now I know I can only ascend to pseudo-intellectual.
Right.
Whoosh! The points fly over his head. What points? Come watch the stream. We're talking about you. I would rather not. I'm busy working on art. I didn't know you made art. Art is strawman and bad logic and low effort YouTube videos. You sent the Google Hangout to him, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's him. See?
I'd rather not. I'm busy working on art. I didn't know you made art. Art is strawman.
There he is.
Yeah.
He's the second.
All right. I think am I here?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, I got my old logo on here.
Yeah. Isn't this?
Let me promote this in my Discord. Give me a minute.
Isn't this like the funniest shit ever? This motherfucker is saying Necro's content is bad, and his content should be more like his.
Which it is, to be fair.
Necro's is bad. We're not denying that. We're just denying the fact that his is better and superior. It was like, no, it's not. Here, I'm giving you the Raditz link. So,
I did.
oh, okay.
Or you got it right there in the thing.
I think
I
I
don't
got
think-
signed in.
Yeah.
1 second.
Let's see if I can if it'll.
All right, here, there.
Oh my god, this is so hilarious.
All right. Let me get this. Yeah.
Go ahead, blaze it through. I'll stand aside.
The first video.
Oh wait. Something happened.
I hadn't even.
It's
What on earth?
It's, I think it's we can hear it through Taka. Do you have a headset?
What?
on?
Yeah, I do.
What?
Yeah, I'll turn it down.
Play the game because the game
Oh,
wasn't
there we go.
even out yet. So now that I have played the game, I gave my opinion. I said it was a good game, but it was not a great game.
I'm hearing like a double.
Let me see. I've got it over my ear. I think I've got everything muted. I'll turn down the actual volume of it.
Alright.
But-
Let's see if that. Yeah, there we
So
go.
take that in mind. I'll have
Let's see what it says.
even played the game because the game wasn't even out yet. So now that I have played the game, I gave my opinion. I said it was a good game, but it was not a great game.
Yeah, but the reasons you said it wasn't a great game make no sense. Ugh.
Yeah, he's using fucking flat earther logic. I bet this man thinks the earth is a pizza pan.
Take that in mind. I'll have both of these videos linked in the description so that way you guys will know what exactly I'm talking about.
Oh,
But I
goody,
just
more
wanna clarify
content from
myself
you.
here when I say that I don't care if you guys enjoy the game.
Okay.
That's fine.
What-
If you enjoy it, have fun. But I just
Guys, you can enjoy the game, but you can't say it's perfect. You can't even say it's a great game.
Why review shit if you don't want people to enjoy it? That's the whole point. That if you review something, you want someone to enjoy it. You don't review it and be like, oh, by the way, if you guys want to just like, if you don't enjoy I don't give a shit. I'm just talking. You need to have an opinion. That's the whole
he
point of the
doesn't.
opinion.
Remember, he made the video because he feared people getting a game that they didn't like, but he really doesn't care if you enjoy the game or not.
Oh God.
No,
I don't know if I can deal with an intellectual like this.
Okay, he feared people
This
buying.
man's more intelligent than Stephen Hawking.
He feared people buying the game that they possibly wouldn't like. So his solution is for you to buy the game before the review, and then make a decision based off of that.
What?
Really, he doesn't care if you like the game or not.
Oh damn, he's a shill. He's a full-on shill.
Find it pathetic that there are those that will attack someone who has a different opinion than them. Here's the thing.
Attack.
Yeah, he says that we're attacking him because we don't believe in the same things as him, because he made all of these outlandish videos saying untrue statements. Okay.
Yeah, yesterday's stream we accidentally had it to where y'all couldn't hear what they were saying, but this one's to prove we weren't taking them out of context. We are not taking them out of context.
Not everyone is going to have the same opinion. Just because you think that something is great doesn't mean that everyone else will think it's great.
Okay.
That's called having an open mind.
That's spicy.
Yeah.
Guys, you gotta have an open mind. Even though I said there's no possible way it could be a great game or perfect game, you gotta have an open mind when coming into this.
Dabbing is supreme, Omer.
He's starting to make the Pauls look like intellectuals.
Wow.
Logan Paul's fucking Leonardo da Vinci compared to this man.
God,
doesn't mean that everyone else will think it's great. That's called having an open mind. And I'm starting to see a lack of that. And also to the person that said that
I think you're looking into a mirror.
I have a bias. You also have a bias. Everybody has a bias.
Fight me. I'll unbias you.
The thing is, at the beginning, he's talking about people having a bias as a negative thing and blah, 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 blah. Now he's saying everybody has a bias. What the hell are you talking about?
This is like SJW logic. If you have a bias, you're a fucking asshole. No.
Now,
What a man.
Okay, if you want to say everybody has a bias, then you can't use there is a bias as like an argument. Oh.
Well, unlike there's a video.
It better be open.
He
Omer.
doesn't have a bias.
Now he says he has a bias.
Everybody has a bias, then you're an idiot. Now the only problem I have with biases is when people try to push them onto others.
Like you. You're pushing the bias. God.
This guy.
I'm hoping he didn't write this down. If he wrote this script, if he does what I do, and I spend like 14 hours writing mine.
He doesn't have time. He doesn't do that.
Well, thank God.
700
700
hours.
hours. He says it's 700 hours.
I'm
700
he
hours.
did this in one
God.
take, though. This is clearly like 2 to 3 takes at most. Like
this is Birdman. He did it all in a couple shots, and then he made it look like it was one take. He's a genius. I don't know why we're even mocking him. Honestly, I'll take a seat. Let's grovel and let's get that Patreon. Let's get a high roll anime up to $2.
Okay.
Open your damn sick thigh, Omer. Don't be a fool. Don't have your eyes pulled over by wolf.
Okay, let's continue.
It's fine to have a bias because
it's fine to have a bias.
good to have different perspectives.
That's not what bias means.
Yeah. Oh.
But when you try to force your perspective onto someone else, that's the problem I have.
But are we talking about biases or perspectives?
That's not what bias means. Oh.
Okay. I just feel like he's probably he's lost his mind. He's lost his goddamn
he's too far
mind.
gone.
He has this new language. It's called English 2, where words mean different things.
English 2.0, the latest update.
And when I said that these reviewers have a bias, I'm basically saying that they hold their opinions on a pedestal.
But he did that in like the other video.
The first video, he literally says his opinion matters more. He literally said that.
He said, "I have more credibility than any video games media critic."
All right. Let's be real here. With the stuff he's throwing around, he's gonna get hired by Polygon in like a week. He's taking their marks. Dark Souls, yes. My opinion's better than yours. Yes. Probably does a lot of cocaine under the table. I mean, you know, he's prime market. Hey, Kotaku may even want him. He may be a prime writer. Who knows? Maybe he'll do freelance for BuzzFeed and Vice.
In all honesty,
probably
in all honesty, he could be a writer for them, and he could actually be doing better off like that.
Yeah.
Which that's their job. Their job is to make a review and sell you the game. And to anyone who thinks that this doesn't matter, it actually does, because
it doesn't matter when no one watches them.
Because there are a lot of people that follow these reviews and will listen to these people.
Okay, let me tell you something. You take every review of all those medias, combine all of them together, and then times the view by like 10, and then you say every single one of those views ends up in a purchase, it still is nothing compared to the actual sales of the game. Like, no one really follows them anywhere near as much as what they used to a long time ago. What the...
Yeah, that's... like, who trusts IGN after,
Gamergate.
They, complained that Pokemon... Oraz was bad because, water is wet? And there's too much water.
Yeah, there's too much water. God damn it.
Games have too much water. We need terrestrial-only planets. I don't want to play a game where I see my reflection. I see that enough as it is now.
No, what I think it was they had a... They compared the old review of Oraz to, like, the original, and it was like they gave it, like, a 8.9 the first time, and it was, like, a 7.6 the second time. And, like, the only negative thing they had on it was, like, his remake has too much water.
It's too wet.
A remake? In my remaster? It's more likely than you'd think.
And they say that this game is great. I mean, how do you think that they are able to sell millions and millions of copies?
They're making a good game.
Yeah, by making a good game, they have marketing departments. Yeah. They have test studies. They have people come and play the game. I mean, he doesn't know how games work. He doesn't know how like the industry works.
I'm not even sure if he knows what a game is.
No, you guys are being silly. You think people actually play these video games?
No. Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Come on, I put God of War. I bought it and then I just put it on a shelf and I just watch it every day. And I'm just like, oh, that's some good box art.
Well, I remember when I went to go play God of War, I went to the movie theaters and watched it.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
I mean, reviews are like fucking advertisements. Hell, even my review is an advertisement for the game. Because
it's not a good advertisement. It's actually like one of the worst advertisements I've seen.
It'd be like advertising Logan Paul, and you're like, yeah, this guy, he sucks ass. But go watch him.
It's great. I mean,
so you can
all he does is kill rats and find dead people in the forest, but he's actually a good guy.
To be fair, I found that fucking rat video hilarious.
I did too. My video on it, I was like, it's actually good, and I hate myself for finding it funny. And people were like,
Tahu, where are you finding this shit funny? What are you fucking gay? What's wrong with you, man? You're big gay.
And no, he did nihilistic humor, and that's funny. That's what Eric Andre does. That shit's good. It's not bad. It's funny.
I died laughing in that video. I laughed harder in that video than I do with most YouTube videos.
It was really well done.
It was an actually well done, like everything. And people got their panties in a bunch because of PETA.
Yeah.
Because I am talking about the game, even though I'm being negative towards the game, I'm still promoting the game by talking about it. So it doesn't matter whether you're watching it from another YouTuber, whether you're watching it from IGN. If you're getting an opinion from somebody and it entices you to buy the game, that's what really matters. Because...
Not the fuck?
No.
The way he's using it and the definition and how he uses it in practice do not line up. Because he's saying it doesn't matter if you watch it on a video. It doesn't matter what they say. You know, you could definitely say God of War is about pedophilia and and it's about Kratos raping the son. I mean, as long as they got you to buy the game.
Keemstar's he's gonna reveal all the secret going ons behind God of War. Atreus, Kratos did a little bit more to Atreus than hitting him. All this and more on Drama Alert.
Why are y'all so mean? Pat Snoo said. Not mean. We're just trying to figure out this complex web of lies.
We're not mean. We're just critics.
Yeah, I wouldn't view it as mean. It's more like, if you see a dog running into a wall a couple times and you're like, wow, what a fucking idiot. You're like, that's not mean. It's just like the dog's clearly dumb. So it's just an observation of the world. It's like, sky is blue. People think the earth is flat.
Logan Paul does vlogs.
This guy makes videos apparently and thinks he's an intellectual. Like, there's no problem having his opinion. The problem is he just is trying so hard to have a diverging opinion than what everyone else thinks. And the fact of the matter is he seems like he actually likes the game. So he's just pulling the shit out of his ass. I mean, it's odd.
Yeah, he's very out there. Like he wants
It's
to be the
stream of
smartest guy in the
consciousness.
room.
It's like he's the worst.
It's like a 6-year-old made a video.
Okay, we'll tell you the worst things at the end.
Oh.
We live in a day and age where game companies are more dependent on social media now more than ever.
Yeah.
Because the more word that gets out about their game, the more it boosts their sales.
Yeah, he said boosters. I just thought you should know that.
The more word gets out about the game, the more it boosts sales. How do you think advertisement works?
Actually, boostedis. It's Spanish.
And major companies like Sony know this. That's why they're taking advantage of this.
Yeah, they're taking advantage of social media.
Yeah, that thing that's existed, for a lot of years now that people have been using.
People should only review in the olden days. You know how they put an ad on newspapers.
They should just send it to you in a fucking snail mail letter.
Because the more word of mouth that gets out about God of War, the more it boosts their sales.
Did he? He repeated the same thing twice for some reason.
The more word, no matter what about it, it boosts its sales. The more word I talk about Hyrule anime, the more his subs are going to grow, man. More people are going to be watching it.
Well, I will say that his subs have went up since we've started talking about it.
How many?
I don't know, to be honest. Probably like 10.
Shoot, that's the most explosive growth he's ever seen.
We do know his comments blew up.
Can confirm.
So they don't want game reviewers to go out and bash this game.
Kind of like you? What?
No, he's loving the game. He's a big fan.
Okay. This game to be considered just a good game. They want to go out of their way to tout this game as the greatest video game of all time.
I think everyone wants it to be the greatest. They want their game to be like one of the greatest.
I think he's missing the little point. People are saying it's good because of its visual design. I mean, maybe he just had like a 720 TV, but I played it on a 4K TV, and this shit looked nicer than. I have no place of reference. I don't know. You choose. You pick anything. A nice vase. It was good looking.
Final Fantasy 15.
It looked nicer than my tinfoil hat.
Yeah, that's.
Wait. You have a tinfoil hat too?
Yeah.
Yeah, see? I was right. The tinfoil hat.
I have it right here. Can't you hear it?
It's a conspiracy theory.
I keep my tinfoil hat next to my computer at all times.
Hey, you never know when you're going to get electronically harassed, so you got to be prepared.
Yeah.
And that's my issue. God of War, like I said, is a good game. But when you look at the game on a technical aspect, what makes this game any different from Uncharted, from Tomb Raider, from fucking Dark Souls?
Oh, well, let's
Dark
see.
Souls.
There's
Did
no...
you know that Dark Souls and Tomb Raider are the exact same game? They're exactly the same in every technical aspect.
Lara Croft is just the main character without armor.
I like when Kratos, runs into all these enemies and he just has that blazing AK-47.
Yeah, that's God of War.
You know what I like even more is the fact because God of War's he's saying God of War's bad because it's the same as the other games, and that wouldn't that inherently mean the other games are bad as well?
Yes.
Whoa.
Oh shit.
Don't blow my mind so fast.
This is too intellectual
does this
for me.
game
I
do
can't do it.
that is different and that is innovative. My problem with the game is the developers aren't thinking outside the box. If you want to make
Listen, you can't say that about developers. I hate the new Destiny 2 expansion, but they put effort into it. It's just asshole executives holding it back. They put effort into this game. What?
No.
God of War different, that's fine. But actually try to make it different.
He literally complained so much that it was different. Whatever.
Instead of reusing elements from other games.
Different from those games, okay. But he hasn't explained. The only thing he said that is the same is that it has RPG elements and similar controls.
Well,
And
it's not
it feels like a Dark Souls game, though.
It just feels like one.
It feels like one. I could feel it in my
They have
soul.
the same metaphysical energy, guys. I don't know why you don't see this.
enough.
It's Dark
Bring
Souls,
back-
but reborn.
I don't see it because I'm a dragon energy motherfucker. Kanye West
God.
approved.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
We need this guy's opinion. We need to know what Kanye West thinks about God of War.
Let's
That's what we
ask
need to
him.
know.
Okay, let's tweet at Kanye West.
And that's why I think that this game doesn't deserve the perfect scores.
But they didn't give it perfect scores. They gave it high scores, not perfect scores.
That's the same thing.
Yeah,
You know,
the thing is, even his own arguments he used and showed the screenshots, they did not show perfect scores. They showed high scores, but not perfect.
have I explained my
Because it doesn't do anything.
my hope for all reviewers, just as like a gag for April Fools? I want to see the binary video game review where they only rate on a scale of 1 to 0, and at the end of
Yes.
every video, they're like, "Well, you know, there was a flaw in the game, so I can't give it a perfect score because it's not perfect, so it's a 0." And just every review, it's just all zeros for every single game, forever,
Yeah.
because you can't give it a perfect score.
God damn it.
New. Hell, even the graphics and presentation aren't that impressive.
Didn't he say?
Yeah. In his review, he said the graphics are the best part of this game, but that's not saying much because there's other good-looking PS4 games like Uncharted.
Yeah. There was a game that did it better, therefore it's not good.
That is how it works.
That's how things work. That's how logic works. What's funny is one of his comments in reply to a guy was like,
I didn't mean to compare the graphics. It was just a throwaway comment at the end of the video. What?
Then don't use throwaway comments like that. Maybe.
Oh.
Like
I don't
just
think so.
reframe.
I mean, I know there's others out there that will, and that's fine if you think that. But presentation and pretty graphics do not make a good game. You gotta have all those elements. It's like digging into a steak dinner. You have the steak and you have the vegetables around it.
Okay.
Oh boy, are you ready for this dinner analogy?
This dinner analogy. Hold on.
Into a steak dinner. You have the steak and you have the vegetables around it. The vegetables are good, but if the steak is not good, then you're gonna have a shitty dinner.
I mean, unless
you're
you're a
a vegetarian.
vegetarian, yeah. I mean, it sounds like it's a good dinner if you're vegetarian. Not really. I wouldn't say good dinner because there's nothing but vegetables. But whatever, that's subjective.
Well, I mean, if you're a vegetarian, you already hate the dinner anyway because someone
Right.
put some meat on your plate.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
True. You're
what's this-
gonna hate it anyways. And
So is that why he hates it? Is because like this is literally like the steak on his steak dinner, and he doesn't want the steak. He wants
Well,
just
he
the
came
veggies.
in here to play a Dark Souls, not a Dark Souls game,
Okay.
and then he found out that unfortunately, since everything is a Dark Souls game,
okay.
Oh.
So I'm gonna say this. The way
his life is a continual.
the thing is, okay.
escapade.
See that orange thing right there, on the fucking panel? It is like me if I criticize the game saying all these panels are like this orange thing. They all have these marking exactly the same. Therefore, it's flawed. But if no one else shares that sentiment, then it's a useless criticism. As in, yeah, you can criticize it, but if no one cares about it, then it's not going to affect the game at all for them. So it all matters on what people want in the game. But we'll see what he's talking about later, because he does talk more about it.
Same goes with a video game. If your story and your sound and your graphics are good, but your gameplay is not good, then you have a shitty game.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter whether those aspects are great. I mean, I've played games that look like shit, yet they are so much fun, because the gameplay holds up. Like, take, for example, Alone in the Dark. I'm talking about the original Alone in the Dark, not the remake.
Okay.
So, the original Alone in the Dark didn't have good visuals. I mean, it was mostly polygon shapes, but it had really fun gameplay, and it became an innovator of the survival horror genre. It's the reason why we have Resident Evil. So, even though the game didn't look that great, it was still fun, and people consider it a classic. And it's because of games like Alone in the Dark that I look at games from a technical aspect. Same goes for...
Yeah, he's just way ahead of us as far as how we look at things.
Yeah.
He sees it on a technical aspect. Like, he sees his videos as an art form, and that it's the best type of art.
He's in 2029.
Yeah.
Unlike all those other people, he doesn't base it just off the cover, except for that video where he
everything
talks about how it can't be that good.
everything he's criticized. Guess what he hasn't said? Why is it bad? If you haven't noticed, literally every criticism he says, this happens. He's never explained why it's bad. Oh, it's a Dark Souls clone. Why is it bad though? Even if it is a Dark Souls clone, why would it be bad if it is? He hasn't explained it. The closest I can think of is him saying it's not original, but but when you get down to it, that also means one thing: does everything have to be original for it to be great? I don't think it has to be, because the way he's using originality is to an absurd degree. Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
Any other game that I play. But nevertheless, I'm going to end the video with this. I don't care if you guys enjoy the new God of War. That's fine. But don't sit there and say that your opinion is better than mine.
But sorry, I fell asleep. He said that his opinion is literally better than ours, because that's what he's been pushing in the last 2 videos, is that, yeah, the game is good, but it's not great. I have more credibility than any of these people. Don't listen to them. Listen to me. I'm trying to save you.
What is he doing, Nick? He's going, I'm here to save you, girl.
Yeah. Actually, one of my favorite songs. Thank you.
Amazing.
Pat Snoo said, Witcher 3 is bad because it's too beautiful and my PC can't handle it. Literally unplayable.
Oof.
That's how life is.
I get call his second video review because it wasn't after he beat the game. It's more of a first impressions. Who's this anyways? Okay, guys. I'm sorry. I'll show you who it is real fast. It's Hyrule Anime. It's this guy.
Best channel on YouTube, period. No one beats him.
That's what I've been saying. He's the best
10
channel on
out of
YouTube.
10 would review God of War again.
Would review.
I don't think he hasn't even reviewed Dark Souls.
Oh
I
my
don't
god.
think.
Would he be complaining that Dark Souls is too much like Dark Souls?
Whoa.
Next level.
Well, you know,
And
Dark Souls 3 wasn't enough like Dark Souls, so it's not really a Souls game.
Yeah.
But God of War, that's a real Souls game. Unlike Dark Souls.
Collect souls. I mean, there's the key aspect of Dark Souls. You collect souls in God of War.
Oh my god. He's reaching a higher plane.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yep,
Because-
that is...
Out of context, but definitely in context. I'm not upset.
He doesn't. What was he saying?
Fine. But don't
Amazing.
sit there and say that your opinion is better than mine and that I don't know what I'm talking about. Because everybody's experience with video games is different. So
Guys, I mean, when I'm playing Warcraft 3, everyone's experience is different. I thought I was playing God of War just because I had a different experience. You can't deny my different experience. You can say that this stuff didn't happen, but I had a different experience, so you can't say it. Oh my god.
don't sit there and tell me to get over it just because the game is critically acclaimed. I don't give a shit. I will say
God damn it.
whatever I want. Anyways, if you guys like this video, then be sure to hit that subscriber button. Also, make sure you click the bell icon so that way you're notified when I upload my next video. Also, follow me on Twitter and Facebook, and if you guys want to, you can join my Discord server where you can talk to me and my friends. Also, I have a Patreon page if you want to become a backer and support this channel by just donating $1 a month. Then I will have that linked in the description, and if you guys don't want to donate, then that's fine as well. All I ask is that you guys share this video wherever you can.
Good.
Yeah, we got that out.
We're sharing the video for you wherever we can. We're doing
Right
God's
here.
work, and we're thankful for you for saying we don't have to donate to your Patreon. I'm glad we got your permission to not donate to your Patreon.
Okay, so that's good. I was really sweating it there for the most part.
You know, one thing about him, it kind of reminds me of when I first started doing reviews. Like, I'd repeat myself a lot. Problem is, it looks like he's been doing this style of thing for a lot longer than 1 month.
4 years.
Yeah, he's been doing it for 4 years. Yes, 4 years.
Oh, God.
in 3
He's done
days.
this for 4 years and he still does this?
Yeah.
Does he just not rewatch his videos or something?
No,
Some improvement or something.
he doesn't.
Is he like?
He does not self-reflect at all. No.
Is he 15? Is he
No,
He's
young?
old.
No, this
He's,
is like
he's
he's like
older than
30.
me. I
He's
think.
like-
yeah, he has.
He
to be.
That maybe he's just. I don't know.
If you look at his other things, he looks 30. What?
But anyways, this has been Hyrule, and you all have a fantastic day. Stay awesome.
Stay awesome. Yeah.
But that's just a theory.
A gay thing.
Game.
Oh, sorry, we were on different wavelengths there.
Yeah, I feel like if you put just like maybe 2 hours of extra work into like fleshing out some sort of maybe not even script, just like bullet points on what he needs to say and what he wants to say, I feel like he could do pretty good.
Yeah,
I feel like he's just wasting
I
stuff.
feel he's just an idiot.
Like me, except all I do is waste
Yeah, but
time.
the thing is, the thing about me and Necro is we know Necro's content's not good. I know my content is just meh, but I don't go out and say my content is better than yours. That's the thing that
mine
sparked
is.
this, is him going out and literally saying his content is better than Necro's.
I can't even say that with a straight face.
I mean, trust me. Like, I think my content is good and presentable, but I know it's not like the best thing out there. Like, obviously, it's pretty shit compared to most. But he really thinks that he thinks that mine lacks quality and presentation compared to his, where that's the difference between us, where he has that quality and that presentation.
Clearly.
Yeah. Have you not seen the polish and the backgrounds?
Man.
He has the highest form of thing. No one has ever done this before. Talked about something and have gameplay in the background.
Yeah, I never have seen that ever done.
Brand new concept.
I wish I'd thought of it.
Leafy's here's just a Hyrule anime clone.
He has
Man,
one.
you know what?
He has one popular video.
Go ahead, run the stats.
Yeah.
Oh, we watched the state of the anime community with Mystic Cronexia. Oh boy, that was fun.
Episode 2
Okay.
of Cross Angie.
Here's the thing. Look at how many views he has. Look at his likes to dislikes.
My God.
No, don't worry, it gets worse.
Okay, wouldn't you think that's a little odd to barely have any interaction on a 300,000 video? 15 comments?
Give me a minute. Let me check one on mine, because I've gotten some weird ones. Let me check something.
Let me click.
And let
Just
me go
wanna
ahead
make
and
sure
give you the
stat-wise
context.
I'm
Because
correct.
Hyrule Anime at some point was partnered with a multi-channel network.
What?
Man, you don't touch MCNs. That's
Look at mine.
just...
12,000 views, and I have almost the exact same engagement and likes and dislikes. But when it comes to comments, I have over 10 times the comments.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
so-
comment interaction is normally higher, especially if it's, intellectual content, quote unquote.
Oh, that's why he doesn't have interaction.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, actually, it makes sense now.
Yeah, my Ben Swallow video, it got 49,000 views, had 67 comments, but I got nearly 1,000 likes and dislikes.
Oh,
So, Shit's just like shooting. It's random.
Yeah.
Oh,
It just
Let's
seems
see.
strange. I don't want to actually say it's a bot. just kinda
34,000
seems like it.
views.
He'd have spent a lot if it
208
was a bot, for sure, though.
dislikes, 387
We were
comments.
thinking it's probably a multi-channel network that did it for him, to get him to sign on. Let's watch.
Yeah, it can, Cushern.
Let's watch that Misty Cornexio one you were talking.
Please, no, I don't think I can survive again.
Let's do something new.
Okay, what?
I mean, that one is new. I mean,
Should we do the LGBT rant? We didn't see this one. Or the thoughts on McDonald's. I have no clue what he can say about this.
I don't know either. That one's short, and I'm tired. So yeah, let's do it.
This will be the last one, I guess. Maybe.
Yeah, I gotta get some sleep.
Yeah, after this, it's 2
Hello,
minutes.
everyone. This is Hyrule here, and I'm giving you guys my thoughts on this anime-style McDonald's commercial.
Okay. What the heck? The fuck just happened?
Why do it?
YouTube broke.
Okay. I don't know what just
Has
happened.
it 15 dislikes on this video? What in the world did he say in it?
Wait, what could he say?
15.
What could he say to get this many dislikes to likes? I rendered this in Vegas for 13. For some reason, it gave me
Which,
black
to a
bars.
lot of people, may not sound like a big deal because they do this type of stuff all the time, which is true in the case that, you know, this isn't anything new or special, but to me, I just think it's worth talking about. Because I just find it fascinating, actually, that a studio would go all their way to pretty much make something like this, and yet it looks amazing, actually.
What?
Did he have a take that said it looks horrible? He's like, oh no, I can't do this. I gotta make it look good. Gotta make it look good.
I'm so confused. So is it? Wait,
It
was
shows
he
you that a
mad?
studio...
I just
I'm confused. Is he mad that it looks good?
No, I think he's happy. I think that's what this is, a positivity video.
No, he's mad. He doesn't want to think about his waifu while he's eating his burger.
No.
This is infuriating.
I think what he's trying to say is he's confused on why they put effort into it. Well, what?
Much unlike the,
You know,
he's
that would
mad
track with
'cause
what he thinks. He doesn't like when people put
'cause
more
he-
effort into something.
he's upset because he got his burger at McDonald's and he's like, "Oh, this is such a low quality burger."
But it has high quality.
And then he goes home and he's just like, "What's wrong with this commercial? The quality sandwich ratio? It's just
Power scale of
disgusting."
burgers. The commercial.
Wow.
can take something as simple as McDonald's and just pour their heart and soul into it. It just shows you the dedication that these studios have and how committed they are to this industry.
By the way, this was made by like a team of like 6 people, and it
Yeah.
was like a small startup studio. It's only one studio, not studios. I haven't seen this video. I'm just
No,
kinda
it was the
going
biggest.
along.
Yeah, I watched
It-
it. It's good.
No, it
It's
was
good.
it's multiple studios, guys.
Is it multiple?
You
No.
thought-
Multiple
You
one
thought
studios.
Infinity
Multiple
War was
one
the biggest
studios.
crossover in history?
Most
Nah.
ambitious
McDonald's
crossover.
No, right now we have the most ambitious
Infinity
crossover.
War is the most ambitious crossover since that McDonald's commercial with anime.
Grand Blue Fantasy was partnered with McDonald's for a short second. I will say
I
that.
mean, we got here the unknown otaku, Necro XIII, plot Progressor B, and I can never pronounce your name.
Tahukan. It's Tahukan.
Tahukan.
Oh,
Tahukan.
Tahukan.
I don't.
Guten Tag.
Where did you get that from?
It's a secret, and by secret I mean it's kind of stupid, and I don't really want to say it.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm imagining
Tahukan.
you
None of my
just
followers
mispronounced
know.
the, Street Fighter.
It's a big
game.
debate.
Okay.
It's from
Street Fighter game?
It's not Street Fighter. No, although people have made that connection before,
Tahukan.
but it's not. No,
Let's-
it's an amalgam of things, but it's stupid things that I made amalgam
It's
of.
Tekken crossed with the Hadoken, isn't it?
Yep, that's it. Tekken, Tamagotchi, and Hadouken crossed over, but I threw out Tamagotchi, and I just say it's connected to Tamagotchi. You got me. I've been found out. I gotta run now. I gotta evade the country. NSA's on to me. They're gonna want my national
But
secrets.
first, we gotta finish the video.
And even if it's something like this, I actually find it fascinating because they can take something so simple and make it creative.
Wait, did he say the same thing twice?
I think he did.
Yes.
He,
Within
Wait.
hey,
5
he,
seconds.
he just wants to keep everything simple.
Yep.
Wait, so when I'm going off on a rant video talking about how stupid the anime man is, I get shit on for repeating points that he keeps bringing up in his video, but he's talking about a commercial.
My thoughts on the anime.
Hey, come on, commercial reviews are very important. If I don't see a review for Taco Bell nacho cheese fries, how do I know I need to eat the pinnacle of Mexican food? I mean, let's be real here. I rely on those food commercial reviews. If I don't get one, I'm not touching anything.
Don't worry, I'm a review.
I have not touched a single burger that was not reviewed by someone eating the burger while watching the review. I gotta be on fifth dimensional
Oh,
levels.
we've clearly not been watching as much Rick and Morty as you have.
The thing is,
Oh yeah,
That's
no,
not
I
true.
watch 5 episodes a day, and all I
Oof.
listen to is Rick and Morty episodes on repeat.
That's not true.
No,
I've been, I've been playing. I've been
that's why
playing 12
I love Mark
dimensional
Harmon.
chess with Unknown for weeks now,
wait, what?
and he doesn't even realize it.
I'd do anything for Mark Harmon. I'd jump in front of a train.
Oh, damn it.
I'd sell my life to him. I'd do unspeakable things for him.
Flight.
Okay.
You're not. Okay. Flight. You're not gonna catch me into a contradiction until like 20 years later.
It's all part of a
God
multi-stage,
damn.
long planned out.
Just like you're also gonna beat Seth in a debate in a multi-long stage play.
I'll do it, and then I'll just link them as soon as afterwards. I'm just gonna send them. They'll never see it coming meme, and it'll be like, "This is 15 years old." I'm like, "It was 15 years in the making, guys."
Got it.
That's why you didn't see it coming. Just like,
So yeah, I actually find this fascinating, and
He just said
Fascinating. I
that. Okay.
3 times.
Oh, baby, a triple?
The triple.
Oh, God.
recommend you all to watch this. I mean, it's only a minute and 18 seconds long.
You.
I just think that
It's a commercial. Of course it's short.
Wow.
His.
Wow.
His is
Wow.
longer than his. Thankfully, I'm making a video reviewing his review of a commercial.
Oh, fantastic.
So therefore,
don't
what?
don't mention Seth, please, according to a comment. So now we're just gonna say Seth for like the next 5 minutes.
Well, if you do that, I'll have to review your review of his commercial review, and then we can decide if the commercial review is actually a good review.
Yeah,
Whoa.
we gotta keep going more levels.
I'll just play the Inception theme song the entire video, and you wouldn't believe it, but it's actually a fantastic commercial.
it's worth seeing because of the fact that it's a anime style McDonald's commercial. And
It's worth
that-
seeing because it's an anime style McDonald's commercial.
You know, all hentai is worth seeing because it's anime style porn. I mean, guys, come on. Can you pass that up?
These are things I stay awake at night thinking of. What if I could have anime styled everything?
What if you could have anime styled food? Would you not watch a video of that food? I mean,
Whoa.
I'm still
I
trying to
mean,
find that
we have
anime styled anime.
I mean, we already have animes like that. Anime styled food is called Food Wars.
Oh, stop.
Ooh, that's
please.
food porn.
I mean,
True.
Yeah, when I need to get those anime styled tech review channels.
They have one of those already.
They have like
What?
okay. We have
They were ahead of us like many years ago.
What?
God damn it.
the purpose of trying to get people to apply to McDonald's. And they took that concept and just went with it. So, yeah, this has been Hyrule, and this has been my thoughts. Now go eat your McDonald's.
No.
Hello, everyone.
Wow, that was awful.
Look, I allowed the God of War. I allowed him to speak down to me in his comments, but like forcing me to eat McDonald's, I'm
You know,
gonna have
see,
to draw a line. I'm gonna write up a lawsuit, and I will see you in court, Hyrule Anime. And if I don't get my RuneScape money,
RuneScape.
I'm gonna be real mad, man.
I need V-Bucks so that way I can, do some weird.
I need
dance.
100 Robux. I need 2,000 V-Bucks. That's $20. That's a lot of USD currency. And then I'm gonna need at least 1 million RuneScape gold. If I do not get all my demands, I swear I will.
By the way,
I will make a tweet on Twitter saying Hyrule, more like you drool. And I think we all know where your career will
Alright,
go
so,
from
you
there.
know, here's the problem with the industry. They're all doing these reviews over stuff people buy, and they're just promoting it. unlike him
Yeah.
here, he only talks about McDonald's, not because he wants to promote it, but
Yeah.
because he's going to tell you to buy it.
Yeah, we need to stop reviewing products. We need to review bushes and trees and grass qualities and birds. We need to do a top 10 birds of YouTube. We need to do top 10 dogs of YouTube. We need to do top 10 Swedish YouTubers who have said the N word while playing PUBG of YouTube. We need to do
Yes.
people that aren't products.
You say that, but I can guarantee you those channels are out there.
Yeah,
Let's
I
see.
can agree.
Top 10 birds.
1 second. Let me find something.
Exists. Watch Mojo did it. Top 10 most stunningly beautiful birds in the world. Animal Tube did it. Top 10 dangerous birds. Top 10 beautiful birds. Top 10 performing birds. Oh, they do ones for those that they get a little riled up before they bone. They're doing God's work there, fellas. They're doing God's work. Top 10 smartest talking birds in the world. Oh, beautiful. Top 10 largest birds of
By
prey.
the way, did you know Keemstar actually responded to me and called me a Jake Pauler?
Well, damn, I want Keemstar to reply to me. You know, my channel's going to take off after
No,
that.
he
I've been in a
replied to
downward
me
spiral.
without replying to me.
Oh.
Like,
He
That's-
pretty much downloaded your picture and then he used it in his reply and said, he's a Logan Pauler, LOL.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now I'm gonna bring back the thing in a second. So here's the meme I made. I made this goddamn meme. Watch here. I used his meme that he made of Logan Paul, and I just replaced everything with my own thing. So here's proof that I made it by myself. The fucking GIMP. So it was reports on Logan Paul, claims the Pauls are boring, tells people tell him to report other serious stuff, tells them that there's tells them no, that he is an entertainer that will only report on topics that will entertain people. Then he reports on Logan Paul. I don't know how you can think that is me being a Logan Paul. Right here's his fucking tweet he did on me. He was like, made by a Jake Pauler. Oh, Jake Pauler.
Jake Pauler.
I was like,
Sinful language.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel, listen, you're open to coming to my DMs and roast me, and we can debate this. But
So
that's pretty lame, man.
What we really
Pretty
need
lame,
to
Daniel.
ask is, what is the state of being a Jake Pauler? I mean, because
this is both against.
It's owning 10 fidget spinners.
Yeah, this is against
Like,
both
is it- if-
Keemstar and Jake, and against the Pauls at the same time, and he claims I'm a Pauler.
is Jake Paul a Jake Pauler? I don't know. Or is
Well,
it because he's
well.
himself, he can't be a Jake Pauler?
Freaking
Is KSI a Jake Pauler?
yeah.
The world may never know. It's like, how many licks does it take to get to this Tootsie Pop? How many licks does it take to get to the center of their insanity? We may never know. Trained psychologist will, though. And
Is
I
Jake
recommend
Paul
both
the
of
only
you go
one who
seek one.
can't
Jake,
be a
Logan.
Jake Pauler? Or is it the other way around? That Jake Paul is the biggest Jake Pauler of them all.
Let's see the comment.
You
What is
obviously
the
aren't a
state?
true maverick either. So you gotta buy that merch.
Who is the true Digibro?
He said, "Christ, who watches so many Anti-tubers?" Yeah, that's me. I've watched all of them. Every single person
has
you saw
problems.
on that screen, I've watched them.
That's what makes him the biggest pseudo-intellectual.
I got the biggest of brain. My God.
I think we've done it.
We gone full circle.
Oh yeah, we have.
Like,
Wow.
I can't. The thing is, every single video we have clicked on his channel.
Has always been a riot.
Yeah, there's like we have looked through so many of his videos. Not a single one of them are good so far. We are still searching for that good video.
I'm sure we'll find it one day.
This is why
Well, click on something that got like a bunch of views.
we did.
This is,
This is one of them.
this is Dark Souls finding quality content of YouTube.
His channel is the Dark Souls.
It is it's Dark Soul. No, Dark Souls. It's the Dr. Seuss Dark Souls of Dark Souls
Okay,
YouTube,
here's the thing.
obviously.
We saw this one. We saw this one. We saw this one. We saw this one. Now, I think we should be, well, not now, but we should be watching the other ones. Soon.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Next time on Pseudo Intellectual
I don't
Club.
think.
Next time on the Pseudo Intellectual Club.
I think if we watch this dude's videos again, that'll be it for me. The club will be
The club will be disbanded.
It'll bring new meaning to the word clubs because it's just someone hitting me.
It's Fight Club.
It's Fight Club, man.
We're fight clubbing ourselves because we have to be watching these.
Then it is Fight Club.
Hey, we're just bringing entertainment by watching something so bad, but he's so self-unaware. He thinks he's so good and better than others.
Well, apparently the Hollywood versus anime, Evil Dead versus Berserk is apparently the slapper. It's 29K views.
Oh. We're not watching it today, but what I want to see is the likes to dislikes, because he's consistently getting a fuck ton of dislikes.
Apparently this one's the good one. He uploads on Psyminds, if you haven't caught that already.
What the hell is Psyminds?
It's another
This is the
video
only
strength.
one so far that hasn't had a huge dislike rate. But the thing is, I haven't watched Evil Dead, so this is why I didn't want to do this one. I don't know. Maybe have any of y'all
Let's just all watch it.
We're not watching it today, but have any of y'all watched Evil Dead?
Nope.
No, but we can watch it together.
Oh.
Figure it out.
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, one day we'll take a look and see if this is just.
This is the boss battle. This is the Dark Souls videos. Dark Souls boss battles right here.
Yeah.
Dark Souls. Dark Souls.
I can only imagine what he's gonna say on this.
It's probably the one that I covered where it was about self-censorship, where the anime man pretty much said what he said about Yuri on Ice, about the Fujiyoshi girls and how they pretty much only watch Yuri on Ice for the sword fighting action.
What? I thought it was gay ice skating.
That's
I don't get anime. This is why I stopped watching anime.
No.
Yeah, it is ice dancing and ice skating and whatnot, but all the characters in it are pretty much gay. And the anime man made his video about it, and then this fan decided that they were going to make their video saying, well, Joey, you aren't the man I subscribed to when I first saw your content. And they were pretty much, like trying to confirm their biases by saying that they also like his content, but that video was just insensitive to the LGBT community. And then he made an apology video, and then they mutually agreed.
No, never apologize.
Hold on.
No,
I think
it's just it's a trap. It's a ruse. It's only how people get more mad at you somehow.
Yeah.
Never apologize.
But
the thing I found funny is that she was putting that review on like a magnus opus. She was saying that review, or not that review, that anime was a statement of the LGBT community, and was using it as if it was like the magnum opus. Like it was saying it, like if you criticize this anime, you're demonizing LGBT communities.
Doesn't that prove his point, though?
I was like, it's one of those things like, holy shit. Thankfully, that anime snob went after her.
I saw that video, which is why it prompted me to make the video that I made about self-censorship about
Everyone
him.
may shit on that anime snob, but I gotta say, the ones he does on people are fucking hilarious and usually fucking accurate as hell. When he does it on anime, that's when it's a kind of a loss. Ugh. Yeah. Like he was saying Naruto.
Ironically, he's a better Keemstar than
He's the Dark Souls of Keemstars.
Yep, it is.
He was like this. It's like this. He said Naruto and Pokemon are the same maturity because there's only mature and unmature. And because there's only mature and unmature, he would lump both Naruto and Pokemon in at just the same amount of mature.
But just retarded.
If that we didn't get that anime snob on here, man.
God.
That'd be hilarious.
It would be the most pseudo-intellectual.
then record it, and then just put like DG's face on it.
Where is he at? He's in a Discord that I'm a part of.
Oh.
This
I
he's away right now, but I do have him here.
talk to Tahukan. There, Tahukan. I can you
Is snob still a thing? No, snob is
Here.
not still a
You
thing.
can-
That's the best part.
are you at the stream? Tahukan.
Yeah, I was looking at it. Yeah.
So you can already guess what this is going to be. The next video I'm making. So I went and saw Marvel's. You can already see who I'm parroting next.
Yeah, the channel did die.
Oh man, I don't even see Tahukan.
Yeah, he said his internet just crashed.
It's not. Is Snob still a thing? Yes, he's still a thing. It's pretty funny.
He said whole house, everything just went kaput. Rip. Oh, no worries. I think we got to the end pretty safe. No one lost any brain cells.
He lost his internet.
Yeah, we nobody lost any big toes. So
Unfortunately, it's not his video that's causing me to lose brain cells. It's these chats.
Oh,
All these chads as well.
oh, the chat.
No, definitely not that. Nope.
Are you trying to tell me there aren't chads inside whatchamacallit?
This
In
chat? Nope.
In anime?
Not you people, at least. Oh.
Necro is starting to DC.
No, I'm getting ready to go.
Alright.
No clue what the fuck happened. Weird as shit.
Alright then.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, look,
So
See, I'll
I
have
think
the
that's
most
where I'll
dramatic
be heading
exit,
to.
So
Did he come back? Oh no, that's just y'all.
I'll have the most dramatic exit.
How's it? That's not dramatic.
Oh,
That's
oh.
not dramatic at all.
Oh,
Alright.
but I gotta be up early, and then
you want to say your goodbyes? This has been the Pseudo Intellectual Club.
pseudo intellectuals. I'm Necro XIII, and you don't have to sub to me. I'm just figuring some things out here.
If you don't sub to him, your opinion's wrong,
No, it's not true.
according to Hydro.
Oh God, Jesus! I don't even know what's real anymore.
This has been the Unknown Otaku, signing off. Plot Progressor B, he already signed off. Alright, bye.
Everyone have a night.
Yeah. Let me stop streaming.